Hey Latin learners, we have lots to learn today and lots to build. We're going to expand this house as we expand our minds. I'm so excited.
Moving into pronouns. And our first pronoun we come across is this one, ego, me. Alright, so if you think of egotistical, which has to do with yourself, and me, all of that, you can kind of see that in the word. This word means I. It's a first person singular pronoun. And then we have nos, nostri. This one's just the plural of the last word. It means we, or us. And then we have video, videre, vidi, visus. This is a second conjugation verb, but once again it's got some weird principal parts in there. It just has an I and an sus instead of what you normally see for a second conjugation verb. This word, if you think of video, or maybe a video game, those both require you to have the ability to see if you're going to even participate in watching a video, because you can't watch without, yeah, you know what I mean. And then we have saipe. Now, this word, I promise you, comes up a lot. And if you can remember that, then you'll remember that this word means often, because it comes up often. Then we have tui. I remember this word because it rhymes with you. And it means you, so that kind of helps me remember. Tu means you. Tu, you. Tu, you. Tu means you. Then we have was, westri. Now, this one is the plural of the last word, but notice it looks a lot like that nos, nostri that we saw from the first person pronouns. Now, you just have to remember that the one that starts with an in goes with first person, I or we. This one, the one with the V, goes with the second person. So this means you also, but this is the plural version of you, so talking about you as in like a group of people, you. Then we have teneo, tenere, tenui, tintus. So the trick of this one is not getting it mixed up with timeo, which we learned earlier. And the next one, not getting it mixed up with moneo. Teneo instead of timeo means hold instead of fear. So if you can just remember that it's not the timeo one, then you'll know that it means hold. Then we have moeo, moere, moi, motus. This word, instead of moneo, means, you can probably guess it, you can kind of see it there. See, look, if I just cover up this right here, then that, what do you think that means? Probably got it right, it means move. Then we have tamen. Just gonna have to memorize this one. It means nevertheless. It's kind of a funny one because it's such a short word to mean such a big word like nevertheless. But that's what it means. And then we have neque. Neque, for some reason I just remember just because it sounds like a negative word. Neque. Neque. It means nor, or, and ... not. Though there will be words on the ... just so you know. But it means nor, or, and ... not. Which is a negative thing. Is, ia, id. Note that each one of these refers to a different gender, masculine, feminine, neuter. This word means he, she, or it. Third person pronoun. Then we have susteneo, sustenere, sustenui, sustentus. This word you can kind of see in the stem. It means sustain or withstand. Then we have thines, thenium. Masculine word, remember that, even though this is third declension and has that S, it's going to be masculine. I like to think of this one, I like to think of the fine line between my land and his, the next guy's, because this word means territory. Notice that this is only in the plural. Then we have sui. This is an important one, memorize this one. This word means himself, herself, itself, or themselves. And this is only the first part of it. This is actually the genitive singular form because there's actually no nominative singular for this type of word. Then we have Etienne. This word means also. And then enim. This word means for, and it's a post-positive word. That just means that you're going to see it at the beginning of the sentence, but not the very first word. Post-positive. Near the very beginning of the sentence, but not the very first word. Most likely the second word in the sentence. It means for. This is like for as in because.
Have you noticed all the H's conveniently located around the build? That's to honor old Father Henle, who taught me so much about Latin. This lesson is full of pronouns. When I first learned this lesson, I didn't think much of them, but just like the H's, they're everywhere. Don't underestimate the pronoun.
Alright, let's go through these and see if we can remember them. Starting with ego mei. This word means I. Nos nostri. We. That's the plural version. We have video, videre, witty, visus. Si. Saipe. Often. Tui. Means you. And we have was, westri, which is the same thing but plural. You, as in a bunch of you, a group of people. You all, if you're from Texas, you can say y'all. Teneo, tenere, tenui, tentus. Hold. Remember, that's not the timeo one, so that means it means hold. Moeo, moere, moi, motus. Move. Then we have tamen. Remember, this is that funny short one that means a really big word. Means nevertheless. And then neque. Nor, or, and, ... not. Alright, we have is, id. He, she, or it. Then we have susteneo, sustenere, sustenui, sustintus. One interesting thing about this word is that it's pretty much our teneo word, which remember means hold, but it has a sus before it. That might help you remember the four principal parts of it. So remember, it means sustain or withstand. Then we have fines, finium, territory, sui, himself, herself, itself, themselves. Then we have etiam, which means also. And then finally, enim. Do you remember the word that this is, that describes this? It's post-positive. It means for. Alright, do your best to memorize these words. This is the last of the vocabulary for lesson 11. Good luck.
One last touch to finish it up, and there. Great. Wow. Memorizing pronouns is like adding a whole new arsenal to your translating tool belt. You'll be able to spot them from a mile away, just like our house. Remember where we started with this house? It was just a little hole in the ground, and now it's massive. Persistence pays, friends. Keep up the hard work. See you next time.